Tengok ni lah macam It's him.
Okay, nice. Where is the other team? The government, right? Oh, there. So shall we start? Are you guys ready? Let's start.
Yep.
Oh, so hi everyone. So new faces. So I'm gonna be your moderator for today. So everyone already got their background change.
Yep.
So, okay, nice. Wait, Are the Prime Minister of government ready? Okay. So I'm gonna skip the rules because it's just basically the same as yesterday. And I will also skip the introduction of everyone. So before we begin, I would like to remind each speaker to state how they like to receive POI in the chat box or mic. POI in the chat box means debater who want to ask just write POI in the chat box, not the questions. Question must be asked verbally. So we will now begin today's debate on the motion that we have discussed just then. Let's welcome the Prime Minister to deliver the speech. Wait, let me share screen first. Hmm. Okay, you guys can see it.
Yes, I can.
Okay, you shall begin.
I shall begin my speech in 3, 2, 1. All right. Good day, Mr. Chair, with the members of the opposition and members of the floor. The stand coming from us, the government, is simple. Now, I stand here before you as the Prime Minister of the government. Actually, we are here to discuss a critical issue that affects the health of and well-being of our future generation. The topic at hand is not just a matter of policy, it's a matter of profound importance for our future, as our current generation is obviously our future generation. Now, we firmly believe that schools,
Saya bukan debat AJK, debat English.
what?
Jangan masuk. Tapi masih debat.
Okay, whatever. Now, we firmly believe that schools have a responsibility to not only nurture young minds, but also foster healthy habits. Our arguments will center around the promotion of the children's health, the establishment of a healthier diet, the well-being of the students' mental health, and their overall well-being. Now, we strongly believe that the motion that this House would ban junk food from schools must stand simply because of establishing a healthy diet, increase of mental health in students, and the problem of obesity is something that should not be ignored. Now, first of all, let me introduce our rules for the day. Me, as the Prime Minister of the government, I would present our definitions and present my first contention, which falls under the keyword establishing a better diet, a healthier diet. Then my second speaker will put forth two watertight contentions, which are increase in mental health in students and obesity. Right. Now, my third speaker will finally do what he does best, which is to rebut all the points put forth by the opposition, show you by way of sound reasoning that our case is disputable, must fall. Now, before moving on any further, let me Let me move on to my definition. When I say ban, we mean officially or legally prohibit something. And in this case, it's junk food. And now, what is junk food? Junk foods are foods that lack in nutrition, vitamins, and minerals, and are high in kilojoules or energy, salt, sugars, or fat. Schools are an institution uh, for educating children, and in this case, we're talking about kindergarteners, middle schoolers, and high schoolers. In the current status quo, schools often provide easy access to some food through vending machines, school cafeterias, and school cafeterias. These foods are often high in sugar, salt, and unhealthy fat, contributing to poor dietary habits among students. As a result, children are developing unhealthy eating habits at an early age, which can lead to various health issues in the future, such as obesity, diabetes, and their cardiovascular health. Right now, moving on to my mechanism. As the government who sees beyond, we'll be acting upon the following mechanisms for today, which are healthier menu options. Schools provide the cafeteria menus to include a variety of nutritious and balanced meal options. These meals are prepared using fresh whole ingredients with healthier alternatives to junk food. The emphasis is on fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean protein, and low fat dairy products. Right now, that's it. Let me move on to my argument. Banning junk food from schools is a huge step in establishing a healthier diet for our students by eliminating these junk foods, which are high in sugar, high sodium, and fatty snacks. Schools can create try to emphasize the nutritious choices. This ban can serve as an education reinforcement, teaching students the importance of balanced eating while allowing for increased access to healthier foods such as fruits, vegetables, and whole grains and lean protein. Culinary education gains significance in empowering students to prepare nutritious, delicious meals and snacks, and encouraging them to explore diverse meals and develop a lifelong love for healthy food. Sorry, and and beyond the classroom, this initiative involves parents as well. So fostering a collaborative effort between schools and parents promotes a healthier lifestyle, and parents can educate the kids further by doing so. Moreover, by promoting a healthier diet in early life for the students, schools contribute significantly to prevent diet-related health issues and creating healthy habits for the children. It's an investment for the future and the well-being of our students, keeping lifelong habits that nurture and ensure a healthier, more vibrant society. Now, all in all, allow me to close. As the saying goes, you reap what you sow. By sowing a healthier diet and a healthier life choice for the school today, we are creating a better future where our children can reap the rewards of a good health and life. Banning junk food from schools is a promise to our future generation. It's a commitment to their well-being, to provide them with the tools and habits they need to live a healthier and longer and more fulfilling life. So now, let us together sow the seeds of a good health now, ensuring a bountiful harvest of a well-nourished and well-provided individual who will contribute positively to our society in the future. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to me, the choice is clear and the benefits are immeasurable. And so let us embrace this opportunity to invest in our children's future, one healthy meal at a time. Thank you. With that, I move to propose. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for this speech. Now let's hear from the Deputy Prime Minister. You have 7 minutes to represent your case.
Okay, so can everyone hear me clearly?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so a very good evening to everyone present here today. So today, I, as the opposition leader, will be opposing the motion, which is this House would ban junk food from schools. Okay, so today I'll be rebutting the points given by the Prime Minister, and I'll be presenting our first argument for today. Okay, so first, I think the Prime Minister was having some technical problems because I could not hear his case clearly. So I will just rebut based on what I could hear. Okay, so I heard him saying something about they are banning junk food from schools in order for the students to have healthy diets. Okay, I cannot deny, I cannot say that it is not a good intention because as he has said in his definition, junk food is a food that is high in calorie. That's why they are legally prohibiting junk food from schools. But um, um, but in order to have but in order for the students to have healthy diet, this will unfortunately disturb their focus in study. Okay, I'm not saying that they rely on food in order for them to study, but what am I saying here is based on the mechanism that I heard, they are providing a variety and healthy options for the students at school. It will actually demotivate students to go to school. Okay, why am I saying this? Because I am a student. So one of the reasons I am still motivated to go to school is because the cafes in my school sells good food.
Please.
When we are trying, no, maybe later. Okay, so when we are trying to provide a variety and healthy option after we ban junk food, I think most of the students would think that the reason they are going to school, okay, maybe not the main reason, but some of the reason they are still going to school, since I think most of the, not all of the students are actually motivated to study. One of the reasons of them to still go to school is gone. It will disrupt their mood to study. It will disrupt their focus in class. Okay, not every students can accept healthy foods. Okay, and he was also not clear about the healthy options. What was the healthy options that they are trying to provide for the students? I hope their next speaker will be more clear on their mechanisms and on their case in general, because their prime minister was clearly having some problems in delivering his speech. Okay, so I will move on to the case from the opposition side. Okay, so banning junk food is against the right to choice of food. If we eat junk food in limited quantities, it won't be much problem. Health problems arise when we take too much junk food. So junk food itself is not the problem, but limiting the intake is the key. Okay, so hence why we, as the government side, have come up with a mechanism in which we are changing the ingredient in junk food to a healthier one. We are changing the ingredients in junk food that is sold in school to a healthier one. Yes, POI?
Did you just state that you were the government and not the opposition?
I am the opposition.
But you just said that you would stand as the government.
I think I stand. Oh, did I do a mistake in my speech earlier? Okay, so I would like to state again, I am the opposition leader of the opposition side. I'm sorry. Okay, so our mechanism is to change the ingredients in junk food that is sold in school to a healthier one, because obviously when they are in school, the main source of junk food comes from the selling of junk food by the school itself. So our mechanism will be explained more in detail by my deputy opposition leader. So our first argument for today is that restricting junk food does not create healthy eating habits. Okay, why am I saying this? Restricting junk food usually leads to backfires, steering children to sneak food and overeat. Okay, just imagine when we are forbidden to eat something, we would feel more urged to eat that food. So the students will start to find any other alternatives. For example, ordering food from outside when they are in school, when they are still in school, in order for them to be able to eat junk food. So when they start to search for that other alternative, they will obviously overeat because we cannot control what they eat from the thing that they buy by themselves. That's why we cannot ban junk food from schools. Okay, thank you, no thanks. That's why we cannot ban junk food from schools. Instead, we should do it our way, which is changing the ingredient in junk food to a healthier one. Not fully, not like we change the ingredients fully. In order to still feel the taste of junk food, we cannot change the ingredients fully, but we will change certain ingredients to balance out the junk food in order for them to not eat too much calorie. Okay, so back to my argument. We as a human, we cannot deny that when we are forbidden to do something, we are forbidden to eat something, we'll feel more attracted to do that something that lead us to do illegal things. Okay, maybe illegal is a too big word for the students just because they are ordering junk food from outside. But it is a serious case if they start overeat just because they are forbidden to eat that in school land. Okay, so that's why we, as the opposition, is standing here to oppose the motion. This house would ban junk food from schools. This is for the students to stay motivated to study, for the students to keep up their good performance in study so that they will get good results in the future. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you for the speech. We will now welcome the government whip to speak. The government. Anba.
Sorry, the second speaker is Raymond, not Anba. Anba is the third speaker. Wait,
Oh yeah. So can I have the second speaker?
Yeah.
Good day, Mr. Chair, both the members of the opposition and members of the floor. Well, I, as the Deputy Prime Minister of the government, would like to rebut all of the irrelevant points, and I will introduce my 2 points. They're under the keywords they're under the keyword increasing of mental health and obesity, which is about the physical health. Well, before I start, I would like to rebut the first speaker from the opposition. Well, first of all, she said that she is not really clear, and she said maybe we are facing technical issue. And I would like to say here, if you have any technical issue, why don't you tell us before we start the speech, or even during we are in the speech, so that we can fix it well, so you can listen carefully and listen clearly what we are trying to express. Okay.
POI.
No, please, sorry. I would like to say that the one point from the opposition, the leader of the opposition, which is they say the student will be demotivated if there is no selling of junk food, right? But at this point, they will be demotivated because we make junk food as a norm in our life. So if we do not make junk food as a norm, then this wouldn't be a problem. And also, you say that we can't control what the children would like to eat, right? It's just like if you like to eat ramen, and I give you to eat ramen all the day out, and at the end you maybe suffer diabetes or obesity. I, as the government, I have the humanity, and I would like to care of all of the students in Malaysia. Okay, now I will move to my points. The first point is about the increasing of the obesity or related or diet related diseases. Okay. Well, based on the researchers, in Malaysia, nationwide survey conducted in 2019 revealed a rising trend in obesity prevalence, increasing from 15.1% in 2011 to 17.7% in 2015, and finally to 19.9% in 2019. And they also, this is one strong proof that junk food will lead to obesity problems amongst the students. And also, eating junk food will lead to type 2 diabetes, which is and also some heart-related problems like cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, and cholesterol. Overweight and obesity, osteoporosis, certain cancers, depression, and eating disorders. Okay, yes.
I think we're not clear with our mechanism. We do realize that junk food is not really good for their body. That's why we are coming up with a mechanism, which is we are changing the ingredients in junk food that is so inspo to a healthier one. I hope you are clear with that.
If you change the ingredient in the junk food, does it still a junk food? Okay, next. In Malaysia, there are 12.7% of children which aged between 7 to 19 years old obese. And this is one of the reasons why we say if we sell junk food, it will lead to obesity, and the students may have the student will lead to will face problems like health problems. And also, we have a study here found that more than half, we have the study found here that generation before have higher tendency to live longer than generation now because of the food they eat. And now I move to my second point about the mental health. Do you still remember that I mentioned junk food will lead to obesity? And when you are obese, then others will try to bully you or try to look down towards you. And this will make to a problem that the students will have lower self-esteem and being bullied, and they will have lack confidence and being isolated. And this will lead to more and more serious mental health, a serious mental issue. The student may think that world is against them when they are, sorry, I need to proceed with my point. The student may think that world is against them when they are being bullied or being looked down by others because of their size, their body size, and actually they themselves are against the junk food. And also, the eating junk food will become an addiction, and a student will not stop eating them, and this will lead to a worsen of the condition, and the students will become a higher tendency towards to become higher. The student will become higher tendency and higher exposure towards health problems that I already mentioned in my first point. And also, I would like to use a quote here, which is, "We are what we eat." I think most of us have listened this quote before, which is, "We are what we eat." So if we eat a lot of junk food, then we will suffer the effect of eating the junk food, which I already mentioned before about the obesity, diabetes, overweight, osteoporosis, certain cancers, depression, eating disorders. And also I would like to say one more thing. The high level sugar in the food and the high fat level in the food can cause a suppress of brain peptide activity that helps with learning and memory formation. And the high sugar fluctuations may result in lack of alertness and lowering ability to focus. And this will lead to the drop in academic performance. And that's all for my point. As the Deputy Prime Minister of the government, I would like to mention our motion today, which is this House would ban junk food from schools. And I personally strongly agree with this. And this motion should stand, and only stand. Thank you.
Thank you for the delightful speech. Now we will move on to the speech from the opposition whip.
Right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Can you see me?
Yes. We
Okay,
can see
thank
and
you.
hear you.
Right. Starting in my debate in 3, 2, 1. All right. Every child is different and has their own very particular likes and dislikes in regards to food. Kids cannot be pressured to eat what they do not like. Research shows that children do not like eating nutritional meals and are likely to skip their meals or waste their food if they don't like it. If a child does not eat in school, they are likely to have depleted energy and immunity levels. Most kids are happy to eat when they snack on greasy burgers, sandwiches, and hot dogs. It is satisfying and reassuring feeling for parents to know their child eats something at the school rather than staying hungry, even if it means junk food. So, before that, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Shafiq, and I'll be the Deputy Leader of Opposition, and I will be opposing to this motion, which is this House would ban junk food from schools. So, we know that many schools announced they are going to do a better job restricting their students' intake of sugar because this past year they were too permissive. No more fries, burgers, or pizza in the school. Instead, it would all be vegetables all the time. So, what will happen? Before that, I would like to tell you that does restriction actually work? Well, for my answer, is no. Restricting food, junk food, does not create healthy eating habits. In fact, it usually backfires, steering children to sneak food and overeating. So, first, I'll be rebutting the first argument from the Prime Minister and the Deputy Prime Minister. Second, rebuttals to the Leader of Opposition. Introduce second and third argument.
POI?
And fourth, rejected. Reassert opposition stand and case. So, as the Prime Minister just said, banning junk food in schools is to ensure the diet of students. You know what will happen if we ban junk food in schools? First, if junk food are banned, kids would still eat junk food while in school. Instead of getting it from school, vending machines, they will sneak it in. This could create a climate of aversiveness among students. In some cases, students may even sneak out of school to buy junk food. Next, I'll be moving on to my second argument. All right, first, I'm telling you, we are not denying that junk food is bad for students. It's unhealthy for them, yes. But we have to understand that some students, they just can't accept that suddenly their favorite fries, burgers, and everything just cancelled. So we as the opposition, we are thinking of another way. That's why our mechanism comes in. We are changing the ingredients in junk food to healthier ones in school. Right? You're saying, okay,
POI?
Yes, POI.
When you are changing the ingredients of the junk food, is it still called a junk food? Where we already stated in the definition, junk food is food that are not really nutritional.
Okay, sure. I'll answer that. Okay, if we change the ingredients in the junk food, okay, we are not just saying it's not junk food, it's their calories are lower. We know that junk food now that doesn't have nutritional vegetables and all that, the calories is high. So if we change some of the ingredients, maybe change the oil, yeah, it can lower the calories. That's to answer your question. So my second argument, healthy ingredients can balance the junk food. That's where it comes in. Junk food has a bad reputation because of its unhealthy and greasy content. Certain preservations ingredients are added to processed food. Ingredients are added to processed food to increase its shelf life. But schools can ensure that their meals are made fresh with healthy ingredients. That's where it comes in. Using the right oil and the optimal temperature for cooking ensures less penetration of the oil in the foods. Not many children like to see vegetables on the plate at school. We have to understand these are children, not adults. But children don't mind eating mixed vegetables when they are made into a patty and put it between burgers and burger buns. There are innovative ways to make junk food healthy. So I don't even understand what the government is saying. They're not even explaining what junk food. They just keep saying junk food. So you don't even explain what kind of junk food. So we as an opposition, we already gave examples. Let's say like burgers. We can change the patties into veggie patties. That would be more nutritional for the students. Yes, it's called junk food, but in the eyes of the student, it's junk food. For us, we think of it as a burger and a patty with vegetables in it. So it's more healthier. If the choice of ingredients is healthy, the junk in the junk food can be balanced. It's not like you change the ingredients, it still means junk food. Junk food means the high calorie side. Now we are lowering the calories. Isn't it more better? Right. Next, I'll move on to my third argument. Our mechanism is giving freedom of choice for all kids in schools. You know that strict rules and policies in regarding to junk food are not a solution. It's not right to limit the freedom of choice of school students. Research shows that schools that implement a no junk food policy have a higher number of kids that do not eat. No, rejected, sorry. Either because they do not like the healthy meals served in the cafeteria or because they can't afford those options. Ideally, the food options given to the children should be as varied as possible. There should be a various options, not just vegetables, not just plain food, healthy foods. Kids want to see something fun in their food. That will surely make them feel more comfortable at school, especially when recess. They will be excited to go to recess because they know the food they eat is their favorite food. Imagine if we just ban junk food like that. We know now we cannot run away from the fact that children like junk food. So we at the opposition, we should think wisely. We don't want to hurt their feelings too. So we want to use our mechanism to sneak in vegetables in their food. That's our mechanism. We want to sneak in vegetables in junk food in order to make the foods for them healthier. You are just banning the junk food. You're not fine. You don't care about their feelings. You don't care about the students. You just care about their healthiness. But you don't care about their feelings and everything. You should understand. Kids just love to eat their burgers, their fries. But we, as the adults, if we ban those, won't they just feel sad? That would affect their studies and everything. So, moving on, kids feel uneasy in an environment where the foods that they want to eat are not available. You should understand that. Eating food they like should be a freedom of choice for children in school. Yes, we agree to that. But for junk food, we know they like junk food, and we also know that junk food is unhealthy. So how do we solve that? Mechanisms comes in. We change the ingredients. If you still say change the ingredients in junk food, it's still junk food, then you're selfish. Please think wiser, government. We are doing a choice. We are doing something. It's better than doing something than nothing. You should understand that our mechanism is to change the calories in foods, in junk foods, because we know that if we ban junk food straight away, students will just waste the food. They will just throw away the food. You should understand about food waste too. Okay, that's why where our stance come in. We want to support all these points. This because we want the students to stay motivated in school, to study, and all the activities at school. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you for the speech from the government. Now from the opposition. Now we would like to hear from the government. The third one.
Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you. I will begin my speech in 3, 2, 1. Let food be the medicine and medicine to be the food. Oh, sorry, let me on my camera first. Okay. Let food be the medicine and medicine to be the food. And now I will explain this quote later. One good evening I wish to Mr. Speaker, timekeeper, judges with overflowing wisdom. Thank you for letting me, as the whip minister from the government, to propose this motion on this elegant day. Today, extremely important motion to be debated, which is this house would ban junk food from school, and we as the government propose this motion for the greater good in our country, not only in our country, globally. Before reinforcing my team's case line, allow me to rebut all these irrelevant points made by the opposition and show how weak is their case compared to our team's government's case line. And now, talking about rebuttal, let me start with the Deputy Prime Minister. He stated that if you notice properly, he was using the word children, and only children. But our motion today is about students, not only children. Even I am a student. Even he is a student. Actually, is he a children? I don't think so. So open up your mind and think about the motion proposed by the government and don't be so narrow-minded. And talking about narrow-minded, he was so focused on calorie. Do you know that even healthy food is high in calorie, and calorie doesn't make you fat or something. It is overconsumption and also the nutritional rate from the food. For example, almond has a high rate of calories, and we are not talking about calories only. We are talking about sugar, monosodium glutamate, and etc. And he stated that we could make No, please. I have a lot to say. I will accept it later. We can make vegetable as patty. And actually, do you realize here, when you make vegetable or anything as a patty, you need to add preservative and additive. Don't say you can't, you won't. That is practically impossible. You can't do that. If you want to create patty and to be stored a long time, you have to do additive and preservative. And actually, what are you doing here is you are taking vegetable and you're overpowering with all these bad foods and bad ingredients, making it as junk food as well. And he said we could simply change the oil. Change the oil. Even when you change the oil, it is still oil. It is still unsaturated fatty acid where there is a double bond in the carbon atoms. And yeah, he also stated that every children has their own life, and we are not disagreeing with that. Yes, please. What is your POI?
What about the oil? Oil can be healthy oil, like
Yeah, thank you. Understood.
sour oil.
Yeah. Any kind of oil, no matter olive oil, palm oil, or even petrol. Okay, don't use petrol or any oil. You can say this oil is better than this oil. Yes, we agree, but still, seeing overall, oil is bad for health. Oil will increase cholesterol, unnecessary cholesterol. It doesn't matter what brand of oil you're using. And moving on.
POI?
No, please, thank you. The leader of opposition herself evaded all the POI just because she is afraid to engage with the government, and she also mistaken about she is the government, and actually she's supporting us on that. So if she is mistaken in the first place, doesn't she know that she is the opposition? Where is her stand? If she is simply mistaken on that, we are debating a huge motion here. So this silly mistake should not happen. And also, their mechanism is changing ingredients from junk food. First, let me tell you why is this impractical. First of all, it will need a lot of cost and time, money, etc. And now you may ask, it is all this time, money is worth it. Yes, I'm not arguing on that because we are talking about junk food. And when you take all the junk ingredient from that, actually you are turning junk food in a better food. And we are not talking about that. And now, can I see the clock? What's the time now? It froze. Yeah, I will continue. Oh, 2 minutes. Okay, thank you. And restricting junk food doesn't mean leaving students in the dark about healthy eating. Schools can implement instructive and educational programs that teach students about nutrition, the harm of excessive junk food consumption, and the benefits of a balanced diet. Education empowers students to make informed choice, leading to healthier lifestyle. They can do their own decision, a proper decision, not like the one the opposition are trying to convey in this debate. And now let me strengthen our team's case line. Our Prime Minister painted a very eloquently painted a picture where he said establishing a healthy diet. And now you may ask, when you ban junk food, you might argue now that food accessibility will be destroyed. But let me give you a proper counter argument, ladies and gentlemen. Some schools in California have changed their policy on junk food. Instead of serving junk food in the school vending machine, they have switched over to serving carrots over healthy foods. At this school, it has been estimated that students consumed an average of 160 calories less over the course of the school day. This is a significant decrease, and there was no evidence that these students overconsumed junk food to any greater degree at home. And you don't need any better proof from this, ladies and gentlemen. And now, my Deputy Prime Minister has stated that physical health. What kind of physical health, you may ask? First of all, high level of cholesterol, just only not sugar and fat consumption. We are concerning about overall cholesterol. The WHO reports that higher levels of these food items in the diet creates a higher risk of chronic disease development and stroke later in the life. And other junk food might lower the IQ level of students. When this happens, the students, their IQ level get lower and lower, and at one point in the whole generation, there won't be any people compared to Albert Einstein or etc. You may argue I'm comparing people. I'm not comparing people. We as the government see the better future for our kids by proposing this motion. He also talked about mental health and addiction. Addiction happens when you when monosodium glutamate in junk food is overconsumed. When you like monosodium glutamate in addicting junk food, you like to eat it more. But why people are not overconsuming good food? Because they are no addictive. And I believe that I showed you, I more than showed you that why our case should be accepted than to be rejected like the opposition are opposing. And with that, before I rest my case, I would like to again reaffirm that we, as the government, strongly believe that our motion today, which is this House would ban junk food from school, should be accepted for the greater good for the children, not only the children, students, and the entire global. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. With that, I rest my case.
Okay, thank you for the encouraging speech. Now, can we get the number 3 of the team opposition to start the speech? Thank
Hello,
you.
Assalamualaikum. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Roses are red and violets are blue. And government are misled and opposition is true. Assalamualaikum. My name is Mio Aiman Mikael and I'm as a witness speaker of the opposition side. And today, I will not fully supporting the motion that this house will ban junk food from school. And first of all, I will start with my rebuttals and then I will supporting my teammates. Okay. And first of all, from the Prime Minister of the government side, I clearly hear that he say banning junk food at the school is to keep the student diet healthy. Am I right? I don't fully support with the statement. Even me, as a teenager, as a student also, I can't handle my diet. Maybe you guys also can handle your diet, right? How could you force the student that is only 6 to 12 years or 13 to 17 years old to handle their diet? Yes, it is true. It is for their health. But we can't force them to handle their diet. We can totally banning junk food at the school. Even me, not really like the vegetable. Moreover, I'm sorry, not accepting of POI. Moreover, students tend to skip their eating when they are forced to eat a healthy food. And they will be more starving. Don't you think about that? And next, we're going through to the Deputy Prime Minister. I clearly hear that he said about the disease like obesity and high blood pressure, right? Okay, junk food make the student have a obesity, high blood pressure, cancer, and a lot of disease. Yes, it is true. I don't deny that. But we can avoiding this by controlling the student junk food taking. And I think my leader of opposition said our mechanism is change junk food ingredient to a healthier ingredient. I repeat, our mechanism is change junk food ingredient to a healthier ingredient. This can avoid that disease. Why? Because the junk food from the unhealthy become healthier a little bit, and the calorie become more lower, so you will not get the disease. And right now we start to supporting my no. And like the Deputy Prime Minister said also, banning the junk food can avoiding the mental health. What happened when you banning the junk food at school? Don't you think about the student feelings? Don't you think about the students? Maybe will not be maybe the student not be eating any food because of there is no any junk food. Junk food make them happy. When they go to recess, and they are happy because why? Because the canteen providing a lot of good food. What happened when the government banning the junk food? Maybe the student doesn't go to the canteen and they will be more starving, and that can cause a worse health issue and the mental health.
POI, please.
No, please. Can you sit down quietly and hear what am I talking about? Next, I will supporting my teammates. Like my leader of opposition said, we can't ban junk food from school. Restricting junk food. junk food doesn't create healthy eating habits. So let me share you guys my experience. Once upon a time, my mother doesn't allow me to eat junk food. So what did I do? At that time, I ate the junk food in secret without my mother's knowledge. And in the long time, my eating habit become unhealthy and it become more worse. So that is what will happen to the student if the government banning the junk food. Come on, guys. They're still a student. It become a habit for a student or children to eat a junk food. We can totally banning junk food from school at school. Give some sympathy to them. Student to feel what we are, give them feel what we already feel as students.
Your eye,
We also eat
please.
junk food, am I right? There's a lot of ways to keep them healthy, such as upgrade the ingredient of the junk food to a healthier ingredient. Or we can reduce
Your eye,
the
please, mister.
stock taking so the student can't buy a lot of junk food. So this can limit their taking junk food. And moreover, from my deputy opposition leader, like he said, healthy ingredients can balance the junk food. In this technology and modern era, we can upgrade the junk food to become healthy, and a lot of food companies have done this. Sorry, not accepting your POI. As an example, there is company that making vegetable crackers, and this food already viral. It uses a healthy vegetable such as carrot, cucumber, broccoli, and more. Plus, they're using a healthy oil to fry their vegetables. So it is totally better than crackers slash cracker at the store. And about another example, school canteen can change the junk food ingredient with a healthy ingredient as an example. Can adding more vegetable on the burger. Furthermore, they can decreasing the using of the seasoning. So it is good for health. Am I right? School canteen also can change the burger patty to the homemade burger patty. So the salt, the seasoning will be more less. And for your information, Coca-Cola 100 Plus already use a healthy sugar that a bodybuilder used for them to bulking. It is a really good sugar, so we can using that. And I'm as a weak speaker of the opposition side, I not totally support this motion that this house will ban junk food from school. And our stance is students stay motivated to study. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you for the
Wait. I hope that the speaker who will give the reply speech just proceed. There will be no preparation time for it. Thank you.
for how long, sir?
No, just invite the opposition to give the reply speech.
Oh yeah, I'm going to do that. So can the opposition give the speech,
Can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear me?
Yes, clear.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so very good evening again to everyone. We meet again in the reply speech session. So today I will address the uncertainty in the government's case. Okay, so first of all, I'm starting with the Prime Minister, which I've stated in my speech earlier that maybe he was facing some technical problems because we were having some problems in order to hear his speech. So the case was not clear from the start because of the technical problems that the Prime Minister might be facing. Okay, so for the Deputy Prime Minister, I think his points about the obesity and the mental health was not valid at all. It was not valid at all. he was just stating about how a junk food will lead to obesity, and then when they are obese, they will be bullied because of their uh, weight, and then it will affect their mental health and affect the study, and it was all irrelevant because um junk food is not the only food that will make us gain weight. Junk food is not the only food that will make us gain weight. Okay, so when he was saying that junk food is the main reason people are getting more weight nowadays, and they are being bullied because of that, it sounds unfair for the junk food. And and he also stated that junk food is still called junk food even if the ingredients are changed. But like my other speakers have stated, the calories or the other intakes like sugars or anything in the food will be different. Yes, we do realize that I do realize that the opposition whip, that the government whip stated that we are not only talking about calories and all the other ingredients would be the main source of the weight, of the gaining weight too. But he also used the word calorie when he was giving examples about when he was giving examples in his speech. Uh, okay, and the government whip, I think he does not really have anything to rebut because he was only commenting. He was mostly commenting about the technical issues, small issues such as my wrong choice of words or about the rejecting POIs or any other else, because they don't really have a stance and they don't even know what they're talking about. Okay, so now I'll be restating my team's arguments, which is from me, have stated that restricting junk food does not create healthy eating habits. And like my deputy opposition leader and opposition whip have stated, it would lead to them to stop eating at all. It would lead to them protesting and stop eating at all. Okay, and my deputy opposition leader has stated that the kids cannot be forced what to eat. That the students does not mind eating vegetables if it is made to be a patty for a burger, because in their eyes the burger is still a burger. And my deputy opposition leader has clearly stated that we are sneaking in vegetables in junk food for the sake of the students' health. Please, the government, please do realize that you are not the only one caring about the students' health here. We, as the opposition, do care about their health too. That's why we are coming up with the mechanism, which is we're changing the ingredient in junk food to a healthier ingredient. That's why we, as the opposition side, are to oppose the motion. This house would ban junk food from schools. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So next, let's welcome the government side to deliver their replying speech. The time starts once you are ready.
First of all, am I audible? Am I loud and clear? I don't want to face any technical issues. Is it okay?
Yeah.
It's okay. Right? So I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. All right, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed judges and respected opponents. First of all, let me thank the opposition for coming forth and engaging with us in this very thought-provoking debate. Now I stand before you with this reply speech to enforce our stance on the matter of utmost importance, which is banning junk food in schools. Now, the health and well-being of our students hang in the balance and decisions made here today, which we will look through for the rest of our lives. Our arguments resolve around establishing a healthier diet, addressing the concerning rise in mental health issues, and combating the alarming increase of obesity among the students. In contrast, our esteemed opponents have raised concerns about altering ingredients, potential sneaking of food and freedom of children. Now let's delve into these concerns, debunk the myths, and reinforce why our position is much more better than yours. Right now, first of all, talk about the technical issue. You're talking about our technical issue, but look at you. with your background, you haven't even changed it from the last round. All right, now let's address the notion of changing the disadvantage. If we are modifying ingredients, it really doesn't change the fundamental issue of eating unhealthy habits. Sure, they'll still eat it, but they may be inclined to try out other junk foods which don't have the same caloric benefits. As well as that, ultimately, increase might lead to unintended consequences. Manufacturers might replace one harmful ingredient, but they will replace it with another, creating another set of health issues. For instance, replacing sugar with artificial sweeteners could introduce other health concerns, especially in growing children. And yes, we must say children must sneak foods into school. But this highlights why we need to ban it. Plus, we are educating them. And as well as that, parents also are role models for them. Right? Schools and parents can work together to resolve this very straightforward issue. Right now that we start our case is grounded in the evidence by establishing a healthy diet in school. It's not about depriving children, but about teaching them life skills. But by promoting nutritious meals, we invest in their long-term health. As I said before, we reap what we sow, fostering habits that will serve them throughout life. Now, we invest in our young generation's health right now, but we will reap our rewards by having healthy citizens in the future. Additionally, the foods can help them. Additionally, you have said that junk foods will help them relax. Yes, they will relax for eternity in the conflict. Well, moreover, by removing junk foods, we create a positive environment that supports mental well-being, allowing students to thrive academically and emotionally. Moreover, the rising obesity rates among students are alarming. Banning junk foods is a proactive step in the fight against this epidemic, promoting a healthier and more fit generation. All right. So overall, when we read our arguments, it is very evident that the health and well-being of our children will be important thing to consider. The opposition's concern about ingredients and freedom are weak in comparison to the urgent need to prevent rising obesity rates and mental health issues among our students. Our case is not just about what happens within the school halls. It's about empowering children. It's about what will happen to them in the future. So, all in all, the choices that we make today will echo throughout generations. Banning junk food is not mere restriction, it's an investment for our future. It's a fostering a generation that grows up with healthy habits and a positive mindset. So let's let us together prioritize this long-term well-being of our children, ensure that they have the foundation to flourish. And with all that said, I thank you.
Oh, I wasn't unmute. Okay, let's see. Thank you to everyone present for making this debate session a success. That concludes today's debate session on the topic. I would like to thank both teams for their excellent performances today. Now let's give some time for the judges to calculate our marks and announce the winner of today's debate. So the judges, if you are ready, so you can go on and speak.
I'm ready, Mr. Speaker.
Okay.
Okay, so can all the debaters to open your camera? Okay, let me see all your faces. Okay,
Wow.
let's go. Okay, we meet again in the same room, but with a different side, right? You change the side, right? Before this, the you got the you changed the side lah. Okay, I already talked to the organizer, so I can announce the result right now. But before I announce the result, I want to tell you something. And macam biasa, kalau saya ada terlepas bahasa Melayu tu, minta maaf. So, macam mana debate ni berlaku sebenarnya? Okay. Dalam debat ataupun debate, okay, in a very situation, akan ada satu match yang dia akan orang kata tipis ataupun every side, every teams do their job. So how we the judge want to find the winner? So we have to find which stand still standing until the end. That's how we judge the debate. So based on your debate just now, ada beberapa daripada anda semua yang tak membidas dan tak menjawab bidasan orang lain. Okay, you have to do both. You have to rebut and you have to respond to rebut. If you ignore the rebuttals from the other sides, that means you don't want to debate. That's why the judge will think, oh, the stand is still standing. Their rebut is still standing. So we just will give the point to the team lah. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is, I dah boleh nampak perubahan ni yang tadi I dah tegur pun. I clearly saw the changes. Good job, guys. Okay, very good job. Okay, congrats. So teruskan, keep it on. Dan kalau boleh, I nak korang semua tolong dengar every words, every sentence that the opponent said in their speech. Because if you miss out the words, if you miss out the sentence, and if the judge heard the sentence and you don't respond to the sentence, that means you are not a good debater. You are not good in hear what people say. So be careful. That's why I love to hear debaters with a very good hearing. That means he understand, he hear, and he can respond properly to the other side. Okay? So I give a neutral comment lah. Dia tak berpihak pada siapa-siapa. Okay, I tak nak bahas lagi lah through the comments. Okay, so can I announce the result now? Because I nak kasih you rehat. So I pun tak tahu jadual you bila kan? Okay. So I hope that the team that don't win this time, don't worry, you guys are very in a tight situation. Means that you guys are very good in debate, tapi bila ada satu termiss out point, that means I have to give the marks lah untuk orang tu. Okay? So jap, I takut I salah sebut, I kena pasti dulu. Okay, dapat. Okay. So for this evening motion about banning junk food, right? Banning a junk food at the school. The winner is from government. Congratulations. Okay. So the winner is from the government. But the best speaker, I would like to give to the. Wait. Oh, I think I miss. Saya tersalah cakap. Alamak. Maaf. Sebab I terkeliru. You punya speaker sama nama dia. DPM, Deputy Prime Minister, Deputy. Raymond and Shafiq, why you punya name sama? Sedangkan you different. You different side. That's why you kena hati-hati. Kalau you tak rename betul-betul, I will get confused. Okay, sekarang ni I kena pandang apa sekarang ni? Kejap.
I'm the Deputy Prime Minister and Shafiq, Deputy Leader.
Should be removed with the government. Yeah.
Okay, so next time please rename your name properly, okay? Okay, I'm very sorry, the change of the result, the winner goes to the opposition. Okay, the winner goes to opposition. Okay, from Shafiq and friends. Yes, Shafiq and friends. Okay, I mentioned the group lah. Yes, you are the winner, opposition. Okay, Yes.
We're the winner.
Yes,
Oh.
betul. Okay. So,
okay.
kejap lagi I terangkan kenapa. I boleh terangkan. Don't worry.
Oh, alright.
I have the analysis for you guys.
Okay.
And the best speaker I will give to the for your whip from opposition. Congrats, Mio. Whip from opposition. Okay. Okay. So why from government, kenapa you guys boleh kalah? Sebab you guys tak fulfill you punya respon bila opposition membawa isu tentang kalaulah junk food tu ditarik, mereka nak makan apa? So, I tak pernah dengar lagi explanation daripada government yang kalau junk food tu ditarik, mereka nak digantikan dengan apa? Sebab you guys have to accept the reality that memang student suka junk food. You have to accept the reality. And bila you kata you nak banning the junk food, what is your mechanism untuk menggantikan dia? Okay, itu adalah kesalahan major from kerajaan lah. Means that you memang propose a motion, but you have to bertanggungjawab to responsible of your motion. Maknanya bila you banning junk food, you nak gantikan macam mana untuk mengelakkan addictive dia. Berbeza dengan opposition. Dia membawa kesan jangka masa panjang. Kita tarik junk food, mereka tak dapat makan, mereka langsung tak makan. Jadi akan membawa kepada kesan lebih buruk tak? Buruk tak? Lagi buruk kan? Sebab pelajar lagi tak makan. Tak makan, sakit perut, tak sihat. Berbeza dengan dia makan junk food, sekurang-kurangnya dia makan waktu sekolah. Okay. Dan
margin berapa sir?
Oh, margin. Ya, sabar. Sabar ya. Okay. So, tu je satu point yang tak fulfill from government. Bila that's why awak kena dengar. So, bila tadi opposition dah bawa satu case bahawa kalau kita tarik junk food ni, kita banning dia, nanti dorang tak ada benda nak makan, dorang akan tak boleh makan benda-benda sedia ada, dorang akan berlapar. Bila mereka berlapar, mereka tak makan, mereka tak ada tenaga, mereka tak sihat, mereka boleh jadi lebih teruk berbanding makan junk food. Okay, sekurang-kurangnya in a school, yang ni opposition kena take note lah, awak tak buat tadi. In a school, walaupun dah keluar restriction pun, tapi mereka ada mekanisme pengawalan. Which mean, dijual tapi dengan kadar yang sedikit. Itulah awak kena strengthen awak punya case tadi opposition. Tapi pun tak dibidas oleh government. Bila tak dibidas oleh government, I think the stand is still standing lah. Nampak? Debate tu dia memang kena nilai macam tu. Alright? Okay. So margin disebabkan sengit, I bagi margin untuk this debate is 2 lah. 2 saja. Okay. Maksudnya margin yang sangat-sangat tipis. Dapat YDP? Okay, dapat. Okay. So any question from this debate? Ada nak tanya? Tak ada? Everything clear? Okay?
Everything's clear. I think everything's clear.
So I hope that after this, both of the team tolong mendengar dengan lebih elok lah. Jangan terlampau fokuskan pada awak punya point saja. You have to more responsive lah dengan apa lawan punya points. Okay, sebab kadang-kadang apa point itu akan mempengaruhi keputusan saya. Tapi awak lah sebagai lawan dia, awak kena tukar balik saya punya keputusan ke arah awak. Maksudnya dia punya standing tu masih lagi ke arah mereka kalau awak tak sentuh any points of them. Dan I lagi suka tadi bila I dapat tengok nombor 3, kenapa I bagi dekat Mio? Sebab Mio boleh clear case cantik. I baru nampak, sebenarnya bila kita tarik, kita banning junk food ni, ini kesan dia. So, good job lah for Mio sebab dia clearkan lagi case as a whip speaker. Okay? So, harap semua okay. Jangan kecil hati. Biasalah debate ada kalah menangnya. So, saya ucapkan good job dan tahniah kepada peserta yang layak ke pusingan seterusnya. Cuba lagi dan tolong perbaiki lagi lah kesilapan yang saya tegur tadi. Terima kasih semua.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Alright.
Margin berapa tadi?
2.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. All the best.
Okay, welcome. Good luck.
Good luck to you too.